Hello, this is Liz with Crafty Devotion. I'm back with you getting ready for the next step of our dress. So far we have attached the skirt and it looks nice and full to me. So it's going to be gorgeous. And the next thing that we're going to do is that I gathered a lot of the items that I use in this design. You will get a piece of lace that looks like this and a strip that looks like this. And some little blings. I'll give you one red bling, but they're all different. So whatever I find in red, I'm just throwing it in so that you can actually do a little red bling on your dress if you want. And I'll throw in a few little rhinestones, and then this really adorable beauty. Look how teeny that is. It's so cute. It's all glittery and shiny, but has a little pearl. I think these little small embellishments are cute for these little dresses. That's why I purchased them. And you will get a little strip of chain. This stuff is shiny. It's real rhinestone chain. That's one of the embellishments we're putting on it. Of course, a hanger. And let's see, a flower. And a bow. And here's one more thing, this and a piece of ribbon. Okay, so our next step is we will begin to prepare this next. Now what we are going to do is this item is actually, you'll be amazed at how we can utilize just this little small piece to give this dress such beauty. One of the first things I did was I cut off, let me show you right there, I cut off each of these circles. I'll show you there. So they're attached, and then I just cut them off. You're going to take this apart and you're going to use it in a couple of different ways. So that's the first step. Okay. That's preparation. So now you have, I'll put it like this, looks like that. And then you have this part, and for this one you will be also cutting this apart. And for this one, this edge right here is what's going to become your shoulder piece on your dress, like this. So you do want to make sure it's nice and clean, because so like here there's a little stray piece on this lovely lace. Just trim it off. And when you trim off the circle here, just make sure that you're close to the edge so that it doesn't leave any little strings sticking out. Just make sure it's clean. Piece happens to have quite a few of these. Oh, some type of a manufacturing issue, I guess. Okay, so you end up with this, and then this one right here, you're going to remove from this lace applique the little flower portions. You can use the other portions too on your dress, but that's up to you. This is what I used for mine. I think I give you an extra one of these. I just used 2, but I think I give you 3 just in case you want to use it for something. And this also is going to be the front of the dress. Let me show you where it's at. I loved how it set off that portion of the dress right here. If you can see this, it's right there. See that? And then on the back, I used it opposite way just to cover the back. So when you look at your dress, decide which side is going to be the front and which side is going to be the back. And there will be slight differences. Like this one has one really wide one. And this one, to me, this side, I think I'm going to make this side my front. And the waistband area, this hip area, we will be covering most of it. Okay. So first we'll do the gluing of stuff. Now, let's see. So this will be glued like this so that it can hang down from the center. And the reason I'm putting it on first is that way the glue marks will get covered with the next step, which would be maybe this. Can be glued right over it. And then you won't have, this one doesn't, you can't even see the glue marks, but I attached them individually, so you can attach them individually. For this chain, fold it in half and then cut it in about half. And you know, all you have to do with this chain is grab where you want it and just twist it. And it came apart into two, because I'm going to be attaching that pretty soon. And then the other thing on top of this, you put them so that they hang, they're going to hang the way you want them to hang and in the direction you want. And then this one, I put this lace right here, right in the center. So I think I'm actually going to put this center lace first, but just the dot. I'm going to just glue the dot only, this dot. And then I'm going to attach the other thing on the sides. I'll show you. So it's going to end up like this around the hip of the dress. See? Around the hip. Okay. But I'm going to, on mine, if you look, I made one the center. So if you like that, you can keep that. If not, you can make it on the side and make the chain the center. That's up to you. I'm going to do it the same way as I did this one. And what I do is I look at the center point here on the dress, and then I kind of guess the center here. So I put a little bit of glue. Not too much, because if you get too much glue on the red, it's quite possible that you will be able to see it. Okay, so don't put too much. I actually put too much on that spot, and you know, I just do about half of the thing. It's not exactly, there's 3 on this side and there's 4 on this side, so about half, because when we're done, you can actually cut it if you want. So I make sure I let that dry. I'm going to flip it up on this side. Hope you can see that. And then right underneath, I'm going to attach this. So let me look close. So right here, you can see this right here. That's where I'm going to put it, about right there. Gluing right there, and this other one's going to go glued right here. And I lift it up again. And the reason I do this is because I'm trying to get that chain under this applique so that it doesn't leave any glue marks, any visible glue marks or anything like that, because you're going to be covering this up. Okay. So this is what it's starting to look like. You can see they're hanging down. I will be now gluing all the way around, and I will put a tiny spot of glue on the actual rhinestone, and then a tiny bit on just the circle. I'll adjust it where I want it to be. When you're working with something this small, you just go a little at a time. Don't force it, don't do it fast, don't try to get it done, because you're working with something small. And not only that, you're working with, and don't stretch it. When you do this, don't stretch it. You actually want it to kind of hang on the hip. So you can push it actually a little more this way. So they're actually touching the circles. See, there's a little, when I say touching, if you can see there's a little separation there. I kind of just squeeze them together so that it forms around. There you go. And the back here, it's going to get covered with the big old giant bow. So don't worry about that one. Now let's come from the other side. There we go. So we have strips of these beautiful dangled rhinestone. Now, if you wish, this rhinestone is pretty long. I'm going to give you a long piece because if you want, you can actually remove it. Remove 3. I'm going to do that just because I want to show you, okay? I just twisted it and there's 3 little strips there. And look, it's still pretty long. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to remove 3. So you can realize that you can use this more than just for this. Okay, so I'm going to put them aside because if I want to use them for embellishment later, we will. Okay, that part is done. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put the sleeves on. We need to put the sleeves on because the last thing we do is put this on, which covers any messes we might have made, and this also covers messes. If you want this to look dark, this is a little piece I had left over. And if you want, you can actually attach a little bit of that to your bodice to make it dark, but I'm not. I'm just giving you that idea. Or you can add a piece of the ribbon, the velvet ribbon I gave you. But for right now, I'm not going to do that because I don't think it's necessary. But I kind of go from the center of the dress and then I come up and over. And I make sure I cover the shoulder. Okay, and you can decide where you want this to be. This can be right on top or it can be right there, like that. Should be enough here. I guess I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half to make sure I have enough. Because I am double checking everything that I am supplying you with to make sure I am giving you enough. And so when we put this on, okay, we're going to go about halfway. See? And I usually just put a little bit of glue on the actual bodice. Now you want to put a little, and you want to be careful that you do not put so much that you close these holes, because this is where your hanger is going to go. So there it goes. And where's the other one? Here it is. So you just do the other side also. All right, she's almost dressed. Okay, my next thing I'm going to do is we're going to work with this part. This is the hip of your dress. And what I did is I just took this and right down the center here, I cut it